Welcome back to this week's episode of Ouens with Opinions. My name is Dane, and in this week's episode, we will be discussing slayers and bozzas in the South African context. So sit back, relax, and let's get to the topic. Enjoy.
Next one is slayers, the girls and the guys. Okay. I'm not really clued up on that one. So Dan, you want to start on?
Hey Dan, you start on this.
Oh yes, but that actually falls on another topic for every student, right? But I'll just talk about the slayers, the guys.
Just focus on slayers.
Yeah, slayers because it's actually tied together. All right, I'll give my 2 cents each, so that's 4 cents, right? Okay. But talking about the guys first, right? Slayers from the men slayers.
Educate me, please.
Yeah, he's not clued up. That's a bad thing. But anyways, slayers are people, right, guys? Who I'm talking about the guys now. Who see a younger girl who's vulnerable, who's maybe ignorant or hasn't matured enough yet, probably still a bit emotional, and then they take advantage of that, right? So to give an idea of what that's like, on a university situation, right? Slayers are those guys who are older, senior students who have been there for a long time, and they somewhat always look out for first years. So younger girls who just come out of high school, and they say, I'm on university, I'm away from my parents, I'm going to be hanging out at night with my friends, whatever. They come out, keep themselves chill, keep themselves, mature. You know how girls are, deep voice. And we're like, oh, whatever. And then after...
Turns out the friend is the same age as the parents.
Oh, my. Yeah. And actually, they probably start calling him uncle. Yeah. So, no, I am. So they are the guys, right? They are the guys who take advantage of young girls like that, who sometimes, this is maybe an off-topic thingy, maybe looking for approval, maybe looking for status, or I'm dating a guy that's older, who's mature and stuff like that. And they are the guys who take advantage of young girls like that, mess them up. There are stories about that. And then go on to the next one, and then they leave the girl, dealing with feeling rejected, feeling messed up and stuff like that. And they just move on to the next one. So that's a topic, that is the male slaves.
I have a question. Are there slayers who are chicks though? Like the way you describe the guys.
Look, that is not something I'm clued on. I've heard of slay queens. I don't know, who else is somebody's an expert on that? Is it you, Chad? Yeah. Okay, so I'll just pass it on to Chad. He's Chad. I'll just pass it on to Chad, and he will tell us about the slay queens.
So yes. The slay queens are basically the opposite of what Daniel so graciously gave a definition for us. Hey. Thank you, Daniel. The slay queens are basically all the girls in the clubs. That's basically seeing a guy that can be taken advantage of, not necessarily in the club, but also in normal everyday life. That a guy that might not have the biggest confidence in him, like the highest self-esteem. So they tend to take advantage of this guy, knowing that he has a very low self-esteem and he's got money in the bank. So let's just say normally the slay queens are normally the girls that's out always looking for a good time. They're always looking to get wasted, always looking to have a good time with their friends, and at the sugar daddy's expense, so to say. And unfortunately, it's sad to know that there are people out there in this world that think that something like that's okay, which is emotional manipulation, because clearly someone like that has not got it's a sense of narcissism, which is a problem on its own. But also at the same time, it just motivates people out there. To anyone watching this, should motivate you to wanna first find yourself before you find someone. Because I believe that saying is so true, that if you can't love yourself, how do you expect someone else to love you? And this is so true because so many people go through their life not having found themselves, always latching onto everyone, and trying trying to make this person their life, and then as humans we disappoint each other. We always will. And if you're always gonna rely and jump onto someone and make them your life, it's always gonna end up in disappointment, because there's people out there that will not take your love that you have to offer as something special. They will neglect it, especially if it comes easy. That's all I want to say about that.
Okay, so yeah, the Slayer mindset that we're basically chatting about. Look, I know there's gonna be a lot of like excuses. People will always say, "I want to spoil myself." Like, I mean, it's right. I can walk outside like this in that type of way. The main thing is, what kind of attention are you looking for? Are you looking for a husband, or are you just looking for attention in general? You know what I mean? Because because personally, like I said to you guys many times as well, like if you're looking for wife material, my guy, the thing that you're looking for is someone who is feminine and modest. You know what I mean? As what the main aim. Yeah, just a bit of a distraction, just a roommate living there, not mine, but his. Anyway, nah, 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 nah. Anyway, so yeah, man. Like personally, like we mentioned, we are giving from a biblical perspective as well, and I always ask myself as well, would someone like-minded as myself be dressed that way? You understand? So for me, it's up to the person whatever they want to dress like. We are just giving an opinion with regards to who Slayers are and what they do, but yeah, I think we basically covered most of it.
Yeah, yeah. What is and yeah, these are just gonna be short snippets. We don't want to keep you guys too long. And if you want us to go into depth on something, then just let us know in the comments. And then after we'll take a specific topic and talk long on it to give you whatever nuance and facets that we haven't mentioned now. But we're just going through the topics now. What's next, sir?
So the next one is Bozzas. Bozzas. That's a South African word, of course, meaning someone who dresses quiet and lives a certain lifestyle, of course.
Just give him the definition.
Oh, sorry. It's someone that has a lot of bling.
That has not got money to match with that bling. So.
Well, look, to be honest, I mean, this is like open discussion. For me, I personally believe Bozzas. Are you a Bozza now? Are you a Bozza now? Okay. Well, the thing is, from my perspective, I feel like the whole Bozza idea evolved on its own. We don't no longer call them, look at that guy that is like, excuse my words, I'm going to have to say it, uneducated, but he's wearing all those expensive clothing. Now, the bling is like the new thing, basically. People are wanting to, spend on themselves and look that way. So I won't say that the word Bozza is still applicable in South Africa at this moment. We would rather, I can't think of a different word, but that's what we used to refer to them now. Now it's just transition into, normal working class men. You can even be, in certain cases, an accountant and be a Bozza. I don't know. But you can be in any walk of life and be a Bozza. But I think it comes from the... from the township areas. Maybe you guys can disagree with me. Maybe the middle class, lower class areas that this type of thing stems from, where we, want to show everybody else that we have something, that we have money and so forth. And then...
The contents of the podcast are strictly the views of the Ouens on the podcast. Feel free to follow us on Spotify and Instagram to be notified about new content. Let's get back to the discussion.
For the people out there that isn't from South Africa, what a Bozza basically is, it refers to a ghetto cheese boy, basically. That's a very subtle way of putting it. Ghetto cheese boy in the sense of they will, let me give you an example. They will spend up to 3,000 Rand on a pair of Cavella shoes. Cavella shoes are loafers. Another type of loafers. But we'll put the picture up there, don't worry, somewhere up here, wherever it may be. They will spend that money, and it won't even be their own money, it will be their mother's money. So these are the guys that could be 40 years old as well, who go to the shops with their mothers and their mother's still buying them those things. These are basically guys that, yeah, they just want to have the best dripping clothing, and they want to just look the best. But there tends to be a very, yeah, they're just all about how the image looks whenever they're going out. But this might have a very unpopular opinion, but the actual life isn't necessarily in order.
So, just to add to what Chad's saying, Chad, just tell us what have you seen over recent years?
What I've seen over recent years is a lot of Bozzas. They're always trying to buy themselves a car, but not trying to focus on a place to stay. They're always trying to spend their parents' money, not willing to spend their own money. They are just focused basically on being wood rich. That's basically it. And I don't know what Daniel has to say about it, or Dane, whoever wants to speak.
Yeah. So yeah, for me, my experience is used to call them cheese boys. He said a ghetto cheese boy and skotane, people who would really, spend money on clothing to look nice and all of that stuff. Yeah, and burn it and all. Whatever they do with that stuff. So, as you can see, I got a all-star here. Got a super sport thingy, I think this is Levi's. I'm not trying to be a Bozza cheese boy.
To be a Bozza.
Not even happens to be a Bozza. It's just that. Whoa, guys! I'm not Bozza. Please. I'm just trying to say that I can understand the notion of wanting to buy quality because it lasts longer. Because that is just a fact, right? Quality. If you buy quality clothing, it's gonna last you longer. But this mindset is that I'm going to waste money on clothing so that I can look nice. I can say I got 5 pairs of Cavellas. This will probably be the only all-star I have for the next 2 years. I'm not going to go buy another one. This will probably be, I might buy just 2 caps of this. This is fuel. I shouldn't have done that, because my hair looks weird now. But this is fuel. It's a Truworths subsidiary, right? It's just I buy 1 or 2 caps. Ne? I'm not trying to be a bozzer. I'm just saying it's quality, and I know it's gonna last. It's gonna last me, right? So I can understand the mindset or the thing. I buy quality so that it's gonna last longer. Some people can't afford. We buy standard quality or whatever the case is. But this mindset deals with I want to show off. I want people to notice me. I want people to envy me and stuff. And that is not a healthy mindset, right? Because you're either causing other people to stumble or to go to other extremes to get stuff that you could possibly afford because you're spending your parents' money or somebody else's money and not your own. You can probably afford it, but other people can't, but you're making them envious, right? So that's the unhealthy aspect of it that I just want to shed light on, right? But besides that, I don't think us personally are saying don't buy expensive brands in a sense or quality brands. We're just saying have the right mindset when you do. You're buying quality for it to last. So that prioritize, like Chad is saying. So that's all I have to say.
So yeah, like you all brought up interesting points though, to be honest. What I do want to add is that as we go along, this is just like what we think about mindsets. We might even do like a full-on segment with people who are, these people. Maybe we will see if we can find those people. Nah, just to like have an interview with.
I think I'll dress as a Bozza one day for you guys.
He got the drip. I ain't even gonna lie. Little baby Gunner, he's got that drip. Drip
Yeah,
too
yeah.
hard.
Just call him Low Baby Gunner now.
Baby gun.
Okay. So my point is like this is just our opinion, like in a short space of time. So don't just take it and run away with it. But I hear what they're saying, especially the part where it's something that you don't need, where you could have used that money to. This is my personal opinion. Use it to invest in yourself. I mean, there's so many skills that you can buy rather than a Cavella that's worth 5K or 3K. And plus, it's really up to the person. If you want to buy yourself something nice, we're not saying don't buy something ugly. We're just saying you can spoil yourself, splurge here and there if you deserve it and whatnot. I mean, it's subjective to the person, but you need to understand where the limit is. And, living in the society, everything's just getting more expensive. Uh, you know, you never know. You might need it for something else. So, yeah, that's my opinion.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Ouens with Opinions. Be sure to follow us on Spotify and Instagram. Don't forget to give us a like and also drop a comment on the topics you would like to hear next. Ciao.